Okay, we'll reconvene and I'll hold up on the one for Jennifer. I'll call 7H. It's Becky Caffey from the sheriff's office, but I don't see her here, but I need to go ahead and call it just in case. All right, so we'll pass on that one. And then next is item number 7S is in Sam is Carl Greer, our director of maintenance. He's not here, so Brian is going to come speak in his behalf. Come on up, Brian. And he needs to brief the commissioner's court on structural issues with the courthouse. There's a piece down there.
Yeah, I do want to show y'all this. This fell off the building.
I
And,
saw a picture of that.
yeah, okay. And I do have some pictures here for you. Take them and please pass them around if you don't mind. There's some places where the beams are exposed up there and they're just solid rust. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see from the ground, but if you get up on the top, you can really see the damage. I don't know how many more years I can take.
Pat, is that anything you think our insurance adjuster needs to come look at? Since it's actually falling?
Well,
Yes.
they're gonna be here, the adjuster's gonna be here to look at, Ron Jackson and Sheriff's
I just wanted to give
Department
you that.
again.
I wanted to give you the opportunity to bring that up, so,
And so, I can put a bug in there on that.
okay. Did you ask them to come over and look at it?
Sure.
Yeah, I suggest some kind of engineer or something, maybe, to see why that rock's falling off. I wouldn't want to walk down the little red brick sidewalks.
Is this all on the north side?
It's actually falling over here on this balcony, but it's practically everywhere.
All around the building?
These big things that stick out on the top that comes out of that corner, yeah, you can just see the cracks.
Pat, let's make that a priority, see how quick we can get it done.
I would think so. Also, I'd like to say one more thing down in our office. Whenever it rains just a little bit, it floods our office. We tried to look to see where that's coming from, but we can't find it. It's gotta be going down in between the ground and all the way to the
Would
floor.
you also make a note of that, Pat, flooding in the basement? We need them to look at
They've
that.
addressed that before, but they.
Make sure you meet.
Okay.
Is it just on your side? Is it just on your side?
Yes, this, you can see a little bit on the north side, you know, under those steps. You can see it,
Good inside.
but it's not as bad. It's
Lots of
just,
fall.
usually floods are. It's at Cheryl's, but
Water
those
getting
file
behind
cabinet
there.
in there, I'm sure for it.
Really bad.
Water in the field said that.
We'll get that, we'll make it a priority. Thank you.
Just let me see everything. No action on that.
No action. Next, Matt, you wanna go ahead, well, you're gonna be here for the whole meeting, can we come back to you?
Well, I'm actually going to rescind that. I've decided to go another direction, so
Okay,
I
so
don't actually.
Item number 7T is in Tom, which is our IT department, he's asking to have that passed on. So, so we'll go back up, are y'all ready to do your bids?
Sure.
Right, so item number 7I is in, Ida, is Honorable Gary, which all the commissioners, Gary Worley, Joel Kelton, Wayne Shaw, and Larry Trawick, open bids for cold mix, Copperstone and Caliche, is that what it is?
The one I just opened was from Martin Earthworks, and it wasn't labeled as to what it was. I'm sure it had everything he bid on in there. And he didn't bid on the Coverstone or Caliche. Yeah. So what, the item number was, what was it? Cold mix, Coverstone, and Caliche. Bulk hauling, crushed stone. This one is from Diamond P Aggregates Limited, crushed stone products. So it's not cover stone, it's not cold mix, and it's not bleach. We'll wait on it.
You can't change them. They work, they're knowing how to do it, and that's how they do it.
We don't have one in here for,
We tried to make it easier for us, so, I request that they.
Blasting and crushing,
We tried.
paving and or seal coating, bulk hauling, cover stone and cold mix.
From who?
And this is from Zach Burkett Company in Graham. They're bidding on the cover stone and cold mix.
save it for action for tweaks.
Grade 3 cover stone at $24 a,
It doesn't say. What's a ton or a yard?
Todd,
Ton?
we about 3 minutes.
it's from Burkett up there at Graham. But it doesn't say if it's for a ton or a yard. It says $24.
All of them be about Todd.
Grade 3, 4, and 5. And then cold mix is $72.50. Again, it doesn't say if it's a yard or a ton. And the patch and pave, which would be part of cold mix, $97.50. Again, it doesn't say yard or ton. If it's a yard, it'd be a ton and a half.
So that is, that's a cover stone. Like I said, the first item says bleaching.
Yeah,
I was thinking that's what it was.
Right. Cover stone should not in it. Cold mix and the patch and pave, which is cold mix. It's just a little oilier, gummier.
Bubblegum stuff.
Yeah. All right, patch and pave from Zach Burkett is $97.50. It's a ton. Cold mix is $72.50 a ton. We'll come back to his cover stone. Vulcan Materials. The cover stone was in it, Joel.
I was saying on the one from Jeff Phillips, that's crushed bleaching. You said first lift.
Commercial base, $8.15 a ton. 1 inch base, $7.75 a ton. Grade 3 cover stone, $38 a ton. Grade 4 cover stones, $38 a ton. Grade 5 is $20 a ton. I don't know what this asphalt,
There's several different kinds,
H&C.
several different kinds of cold mix. Depending where you
yeah.
get
type D is $85 a ton.
That's brownwood plant. Okay, then you get
Okay,
into
Uvalde
these are the natural.
LRA is $57 a ton. LRA type 2, $60 a ton. LRA type 1, grade CC, $58 a ton. LRA type 2, grade D plus, $60 a ton. LRA type 1, grade D plus, $59 a ton.
Is that for the cold mix cover stone bleaching?
This is a cold, that would be the cold mix.
What's the name of the company?
Well, it's also
Vulcan,
cover stone.
they didn't bid on any cover stone.
First thing you do.
No,
$38
Read it right there.
that's commercial base. They're
There you do. You read it.
grade 3, 4, and 5 cover stone,
I read it.
38, and 20. Next one will be from Unique Paving, Cleveland, Ohio. I believe they have distribution centers around that's, what was the place in Fort Worth we used to get the bubble gum?
JLB? JLB?
Yeah, JLB. Cold mix. Delivered price precinct 1, $136 a ton. Delivered to precinct 2, $134 a ton. Precinct 3, $141 a ton. And precinct 4, $145 a ton. If you pick it up, it's $90 a ton. That was cold mix. Right asphalt, they don't have any of that. They're only bidding on asphalt, I believe. No, bulk hauling. I think that's all we have on for the,
Well, I think you need to go back and fix it. That's still Phillips. That's still crushed cleats. That's in the list that you're reading. It says cleats. This is crushed. That's base material.
all right.
So that's what needs to be read at this one.
Diamond P aggregates, 1 inch minus, $9.75 a yard. That's at the plant. 1 inch, or that's an inch and a half minus. 1 inch minus, $10.50 a yard. Oversized 3 and 3x5 rock is $12 a yard.
We're ready to move
That
to, we're
Caliche?
ready to move to take action.
Is that Caliche? Is that Caliche?
That'll be under your cleats.
That's all of the first one.
So you ready for the next item? Take
Yes.
action on those on the
Was
collegiate.
there 4 of them? Zach Burkett, Volta, Unique Paving, Diamond P Aggregates?
That's correct.
All right, so item
Unless we open some of these others and they have it in them.
ideally, item number 7J is John, is all the commissioners combined as possible action regarding opening bids of the cold mix cover stone and bleach.
May I make a suggestion that we wait till we open the others, make sure there's not something else mixed up, that we need to come back and approve on J,
Okay,
that are, you, I
all right,
mean,
so ready to go?
sometimes they mix them up.
So you ready to go to the blasting?
Yes, I think we should jump to K. We'll
Yeah,
open
that's
bids.
what I'm talking about. So 7K is a king, is all the commissioners combined opening bids for blasting and crushing.
See if you see any more that are blasted in there.
This is bulk hauling. Seal coating, bulk hauling. Earthworks, said he was paving, I think it was. Martin Earthworks was paving, wasn't it?
I was reading. Specify on sealed envelope, plastic /trash, specify on sealed envelope paving.
The only one I found for blasting and crushing was from Diamond P Aggregates. 1 inch minus is $10.25 a yard, and 1.5 inch minus $10.25. 1 inch minus is $11 a yard, and it includes a minimum 15,000 yards. So if we had a place, we'd have to contract for 15,000 yards of it.
Is that the only plastic bid you have?
That's the only one that said blasting on it that I can see.
Is there anything from Blackjack? I know they're typically the ones that do the plastic.
I haven't seen a blackjack before.
Yeah.
Rumors been supposed to be in Friday. People say they're ready to sign in there now, but it's too late.
Okay, we opened those. We want to go down to,
M,
We'll go down to 7M as in Mary, all the commissioners combined, which is open bids for paving.
there was one.
yeah. Is that the only one?
Well, I don't know what else you got over there.
Well, it's bulk hauling.
Okay.
And then this one is the oil bid from Ride Asphalt. I guess that'd be in a paper. Martin Earthworks
Paving,
paving, $8.25 per hour, $825 per hour. Fog sealing, $260 per hour. And that's contractor furnished truck in sufficient size to receive load of asphalt for emulsion, and contractor to furnish all labor and machinery as specified. And I guess the asphalt and oil comes into that too, right? Ride Asphalt, MC30. FOB, their refinery here is 415. MC 800 TR. FOB, the plant, 410 a gallon. MC 3000 TR, $4 a gallon. RC 250, $4.35 a gallon. CSS 1H, $2.85 a gallon. CRS 2, $2.85 a gallon. CRS 2P, $3.25 a gallon. TR Fog, $3.05 a gallon. That's all FOB, the Ride Asphalt plant here in Brownwood.
does it include demurrage?
Those are just copies.
That's,
Does it include demurrage charges?
No. Demurrage is always
Yeah.
separate. Okay. You want to go to the next item, Judge?
Well, there's another payment.
Oh, payment.
That we got there. Hang on.
It's from Mobley Construction
Is it for paving?
Paving. Seal coating. Says 70 cents a square yard. One course of chip sealing, 180 square yard. Two courses chip sealing, 350 a square yard. Or prime coat was 70 cents a square yard.
Alternative.
Or $6.95 per hour if distance is less than 5,000 feet. Fog sealing, 75 cents a square yard or $2.75 per hour under 5,000 square feet. And I believe that's all for paving.
All right, so we'll go to 7O, it's an ocean. All the commissioners combined consideration for opening bids on bulk hauling.
Bulk hauling, this is from Landfill Services Incorporated, which is Jeff Phillips at May. Bulk hauling provided in belly dump loads will be charged by the loaded mile rate of $7.50.
Is that Diamond P aggregates?
Well, that's.
No, it's
Landfill service.
Landfill Services.
That's actually a different, same owner, but different name, different part of the business.
This one is Mobley Construction. Belly dump, it's $150 per load or $110 per hour within the county. Outside, longer haul will be $5 per loaded mile. Bobtail will be $125 load or $90 per hour within the county. This is from Holland Hauling LLC. Bulk hauling hour rate, $120 per hour for a belly dump, $90 per hour for a bobtail, tandem bobtail dump truck.
What's that?
That looks like all of it. These are just, yeah,
Well, I thought we had others coming, if we're not here.
that's all.
That's all there is.
Ready to go to your action item?
That's all there was.
Yes, so item number 7, J as in John, is all the commissioners combined, and they're asking possible consideration and possible approval of action regarding the bids that were open for cold mix, cover stone, and collegiate.
I'm gonna make a motion that we accept all bids on item J.
Motion to accept all bids and have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Carries unanimous. Item number 7L is in Lincoln, is all the commissioners combined regarding action on the bids for blasting and crushing.
Was it just one, not the aggregate?
There was only one.
That's right, yeah. You
We
used to,
accept all one of those.
there was another company did something very,
Yeah.
very involved.
I'm kind of surprised on some of the lack of bids, honestly.
Okay, do I have a second on the motion?
Well, I don't do any, so.
Second.
The motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Carries unanimous. Item number 7N is Nora, is all the commissioners combined take action regarding the bids that were open for paving.
Make a motion once again, we accept all bids.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, and lastly, 7P is in Paul. So all the commissioners combined to take action regarding the opening of the bids for bulk hauling.
Second.
I'll give it to Gary.
Okay, we have a motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Carries unanimous. You ready to move on? Follow up on anything?
I think we
That's
did.
everything on that page on the file.
All right, 7R is in Robert, as Commissioner Worley, consideration possible approval of action regarding reviewing transition plans and approve any personnel changes to the county attorney's office. That was Commissioner Worley that sponsored that, not the county attorney.
All right, Jennifer and I have talked about this, and we talked about it, and the court has talked about it earlier. I don't remember, a couple of weeks ago or whatever. But we kind of agreed tentatively that there needs to be a transition period where our old county attorney, Shane Britton, needs to stay for a little while and bring Jennifer up to speed on the cases that have already been filed and things like that. So I think, and Jennifer agreed with me, that somewhere around 30 to 45 days would be a sufficient time. And to have Shane stay and kind of work, be a part-time assistant county attorney. And I don't know what the pay would need to be. I think it probably be at least half of what the assistant county attorney is making now, but for no more than 45 days. And if it takes 3 weeks, 15 days, then Jennifer would I guess notify Shane that was plenty of time, and then tell us or whatever. But that's my thoughts on it. I don't know if anybody else.
Are you ready to make that decision today, or you want to think about that? some
Well,
more?
I am. You might need mine. I'm not opposed to any help that you guys want to pay for. Obviously, he's been there 20 years. I don't know if that's on. So certainly some overlap probably wouldn't hurt, but I have lined up a new person to be the assistant county attorney starting May 1st. And so I haven't presented that today. I plan to bring that up in the next week or two. I just want to make sure, as far as funding this, I don't want that to interfere with my ability to get my office set up the way that I plan to. And I don't know where that money's going to come from, but I certainly am not going to turn down any assistance you guys want to pay for to help with the transition on it all.
Joseph, where could we pull funds to pay for the transition period?
We have a contingency line item, and we've also got extra funds in the equipment line item, so we can probably.
Are there any,
What'd you say?
We have a contingency fund line item,
Okay.
so we could probably pull it from there.
are there some unused salaries in that position right now? There's some unused salary money
No,
perhaps
we
too.
moved that person out because it had been empty.
There weren't any other
So there's
vacancies.
no unused salary.
Are you talking about the second position that was up there as a
Legal
legal
clerk.
secretary?
Yes, that
Okay.
wasn't, that was taken out.
That was
because-
taken out, and that's another thing that in that same board meeting that Mr. Worley was talking about, I do intend to request in the future that be reopened, so I don't wanna interfere with that either.
You could just come down and talk to me about it. We
Yes,
can
ma'am.
look and see what we can pull it from.
Well, I don't know, we need to find an actual number before we're making the approvals today.
But I do think 30 to 45 days is, I definitely think we need a time frame on that, and.
What's your base salary for your assistant county, 79?
I think it's 78, I can pull it up exactly, but I wanna say that the 78,304 and 7 cents, something like
$14.58 a
that,
month.
is what the current assistant county attorney
That would
is
be-
paid.
So I recommend
But a
we take that and
part-time
divide
would
it
be
by a
less
daily
than that.
rate of pay,
That's,
And,
that's, no,
and then you just use as many days as you.
that's not near enough. Oh, okay, you're going to have to, then have the
It's
78.
not an hourly position.
I just did 70,000.
But I don't want that to interfere with my May 1st start plan.
If you divide 70,000, it'd be a monthly salary of 1458, and then part-time would be less than that. So, we could divide it down to an hourly rate or whatever, but part-time is less than 30 hours a week.
I recommended a daily rate, she just uses as many days as she needs.
Yeah.
That way she shouldn't have to keep track of how many hours you work in a day.
Please don't let me keep track of that.
It's an exempt position. so-
Okay.
So what are those numbers again?
Be 1458 monthly. I don't know what a daily rate would be.
What was the yearly rate?
Divided by 30,
Well,
Tell me again.
he said something different.
$50 a day.
That's not
50.
near.
That can't be right.
1458
This
a week.
is, this is. the
78 what?
78,
Fifty.
let me tell you exactly.
Okay.
1 second, I got it.
That was weekly.
Hang on,
I went to weekly.
Yeah, so divide that by two. So 2916 for half, for part-time salary.
29.16 a month,
Yes.
divided out by 30.
Well,
No.
they-
We do 22 working days.
78,304.
$132 a day.
78.
Well, we do our work by 22 working days. We don't do it by 30 since we're salaried.
Well, and I don't know if anybody's even mentioned to Mr. Britton about what this looks like, if he even wants to do that. I don't know if anybody's had those conversations, so,
You wanna bring that back?
yeah, I think we better, yes, bring that back, and maybe I talked to him about it, I don't know what he's, wanting to do.
Okay, so we
But I had intended to hire my own assistant county attorney and have that started right away, so, at least in May. Yeah, talked about it.
Well, sounds like if we find a reasonable number, we're willing to keep Shane on if you need him, if you're actually asked for that, to keep him on for a little while to help you get transition period.
Well, and I'm not necessarily asking for it, I think I'm sure he'll be available and assist me as needed. He has so far, I've come over and done the training that I could in the time frame that I knew this was coming up, so
Guess we'll wait till next week for your request.
that sounds good.
Okay, so we'll take no action on 7R. Item number 8, consideration of payment of bills is needed.
I have a question about her administrative assistant. They hasn't gone to report yet. When do you plan to bring your administrative assistant?
I'll present that, I'll request and have that added on to discuss next week.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
There was some discussion, might even need to do a little bit of reorganization, how the whole office is set up as a whole, and they want to change. This may be a time when you do some changes, so. Okay. Now we're at home. trying to pay bills, right? I make a motion, we pay the bills as presented by the auditor.
Motion and second, pay the bills. Any further discussion? All in favor? Carries unanimous. Item number 9 is commissioners' comments. Anybody have anything? I just want to welcome the county attorney. Do you have anything as far as emergency management?
No, sir.
When do you fellows want to meet again? The
Monday.
11th?
Oh, I'm wrong about here. Let me get it. Yes.
Okay, we'll meet again on the 11th. I don't see that I missed. I have everything checked off on the agenda and make certain.
I think there's several items we have to re-agenda, but I don't know exactly what you want. Judge Smith for one.
Yeah, and while you were out, we noticed, Gary reminded me that under item number 7, we have a general blanket to take any action on the following items. So should we go,
Yeah, okay.
should we go back and take action on Judge Smith or just?
He's
leave
coming
that?
back. I think we'll just plan on next week.
Ron, do you have the minutes,
No.
sir?
I didn't see that.
Then I'll declare us adjourned.
I need to get these to Gary.